kept pushing on, but then you went too far. When your ship has sailed and all your dreams are lost, everything is wrong, you feel like it's your fault. Just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life feels lemons, just call on me. Just call on me. Just call on me. Just call on me. You're stronger now than you ever been. You gotta leave now, it's time to catch the wind. You will climb up high and look through the clouds, and when you're feeling low, I know you'll bounce back. Oh, and just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just call on me. Just call on me. Just call on me. Just call on me.
Welcome to Sim Racing Media. Tonight we are in the land of the rising sun at Motegi. SCL has decided to come all the way across the Pacific to try out their cars over here. I am Mike Demoni, joined at least in spirit with by Zach Woods. We'll see if he can at least provide a little bit of background on what's going on in the league and what happened last week, maybe.
Hey, yeah, I'm super excited to, at least in spirit, bring some of this action to our faithful viewers on the YouTube side of things, and really excited to hit the ground running with SCL. I know the last couple of weeks here on YouTube over multiple disciplines of racing for SCL, it's been sort of atypical when it comes to how we enjoy SCL events. They have a really long-standing history now, it seems, with Sim Racing Media, and this league has been known for its exceptional racing, a strategy-filled league, and for some reason here in this season, which is shortened, it's their summer series, this league has just stumbled out of the gate in terms of driver cleanliness and just keeping things tidy on the racetrack. It's very atypical to see the kind of struggles that we've seen from these drivers here from this league, but the admins are very confident that some of the talks they've had in the last few days are going to sort of right the ship here, and we're going to be seeing a bit more of what we are used to seeing in terms of SCL content. Good, hard, clean racing filled with a ton of strategies interlaced throughout the whole thing.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they throw down, this trip over to Japan here, and 100 laps, 4 sets of tires. We'll see how these guys kind of adjust to that too.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, here at Motegi, this is a exceptionally difficult track where drivers are going to have to bring their A game tonight. It's different all the way around the racetrack. It's not something that drivers are particularly used to, but it is not foreign to them in terms of well, I mean, in some ways it is foreign to them, but you get what I'm saying. This is not new for SCL competition. These drivers are very familiar with this track.
Yeah, it definitely is. Right now, Charles Teed was at the top of the board with the 36.51, but Trevor Dalton jumped up there with the 36.51 as well. So those guys are at 1-2. Ryan Kelly completed his first lap with the 36.55. We'll see if he can go any faster this second time around.
And for some of these drivers, you're going to have to be really patient when it comes to managing your car tonight at this racetrack. There's a lot of difficulties when it comes to managing tire wear, especially tonight. We're going to see some big fall off with these drivers as they maneuver this quite challenging racetrack. It does produce a lot of unique racing, of course, given the car track combo, but these guys are going to have to piece together a really nice race when it comes to long run speed. If we go back to what is traditional for SCL competition, definitely something that these drivers should prepare for in terms of long run speed. If everybody's all on the same page in terms of driving clean, at a track like this, you have to manage your tires well, manage your equipment well, and that would bode well for a good finish here tonight.
Yeah, definitely. These guys have been throwing down a lot of practice laps. Some guys went 50, 60 laps in the practice session just before this race. So right now, Ryan Kelly is top of the board with Trevor Dalton just behind him. And then it kind of fades off a little bit. So Isaac Love making his third lap. Looks like time just ran out there. Let's see if we can get the grid here. Guys get in their cars. Okay, it looks like everybody's getting ready to get into their car here. All right. Let's try that.
Sounds good.
All right. So let's bring up this grid here. So we got Ryan Kelly and Trevor Dalton starting 1-2. Charles Teed, Eric Schoss in row 2. Row 3, Lilith Peters and Michael Caffrey. Justin Lewis and Michael Matta in row 4. Row 5, Mike Peters and Klaus Williams. Row 6 is Isaac Love and Barrett Flo. Greg Forsyth and Adam Lowe round out row 7. Sorry about that. Then we go back to Chad Jones, Hunter Cannon, Justin Horton, and Maxwell Caldwell in row 9. Row 10, AJ Hobson and Todd Merkel. Bruno Latour and Jonathan Casebeer.
Casebeer.
You want to take over there?
I cannot see your overlays, so you're gonna have to you're gonna have to muscle through it here.
All right. Jeremy Flanagan, Matt Schlosser, Joshua Yarborough, Matt Metler, Chris Vanderplatz, and Austin Call in 27th, 28th, 29th is Eli Rapaza and Ronnie Hurst in 30th. Starting shotgun on the field is Mark Brown. So there is your starting order.
These drivers are really going to have to be patient getting around this very challenging racetrack and trying to put everything all together here at a car track combo we're not really used to seeing. Can patience prevail? That is the biggest storyline tonight for SCL Cup competition. Right now, they're in their drivers' meeting, Mike, where it's about 3 minutes long. And never mind, they're rolling away. Here they are. But you're going to be challenged, especially here tonight, with these drivers that are trying to vie for championship positioning here in a very shortened season versus drivers who are rookies to SCL competition, who want to make decent names for themselves heading into maybe the longer season here in the fall. But at the end of the day, no matter how different your ambitions are from one another, it'll all come down to respect tonight. And I think these drivers are ready to put a good one together.
Yeah, and I know they weren't terribly happy with the way the races went before, but they get set to turn these guys loose here. We'll see if we can get a nice, clean race here. They were doing a little group practice earlier, and it seemed like they were holding on pretty well. But like I said, we are in for 100 laps, 3 sets of tires laying in the pits. So we will see if it comes down to tires or some sort of pit strategy here, because if these guys stay green, that is definitely what's going to happen.
A message from the admins tonight talked about perhaps patience might actually just be an enforceable rule here this evening, as it was talked about amongst drivers and admins alike, that if you cause a caution within the first 10 laps of this thing, you're going to be seriously considered to be parked tonight. So definitely a storyline worth looking into. We're going to have to pay special attention to that. But they're just now trying to get the tires warmed up. We've seen this a few times in SCL competition, taking extra pace laps before the race begins.
Yeah, you're definitely going to try and get those tires warmed up a little bit. Track temperature 120 degrees, ambient air 73, so they will be slipping and sliding as they make their way through this race here, coming down that backstretch now. Ryan Kelly in that number 13 Chevy. Let's see if he can get this restart going.
Side by side, as we think up here in the booth, the pace car will leave pit road or leave onto pit road, and it will. Hard turn down into pit road, and we're going to be underway here at Twin Ring Motegi with a Camry and a bow tie leading them down to start SCL competition here at Motegi.
Yeah, Ryan Kelly has that Dynaco number 13 making his way clear of second place Trevor Dalton as they kind of file into line, looking back through the field here. Points leader Lilith Peters sitting in fourth.
Yeah, Lilith has certainly made a name here very early on in SCL competition. We know here at Sim Racing Media Lilith pretty well. Seems like every vehicle that 101 is featured in is always close to the front. No different here for SCL competition.
Working our way through lap 2 right now, and you guys have kind of tried to pick a couple different lines. It looks like you kind of have the guys that are staying up high a little bit, but then you also have some guys driving clear down to that white line as they go through the corners.
Yeah, there's certainly different ways to get around this place, and with that will come, you know, some flexibility, and the personality of the drivers really come out at a track like this as well. So excited to see how that evolves throughout tonight's event.
And Trevor Dalton put down the fastest lap of the race that time early on, but 36.65 closed that gap a little bit to Ryan Kelly. Back through the field a little bit here. I think we got some side-by-side action. Adam Lowe and Craig Forsyth back and forth. Forsyth down on the inside, man.
Yeah, these two drivers know each other really well. They've been racing together for quite some time. And I love how the rookies of this series are interacting with the veterans. But it is nice every now and again to get a couple drivers that you know they're going to race each other very cleanly, to watch how just hard they battle one another here. And we're going to be in for a treat tonight. As Mike, I don't want to jinx it here, but I guess I'm going to try to. We're green here, and it looks like that word patience has really resonated through the field.
Yeah, they definitely sat there and went, how do we clean this up? And apparently just that little bit of stern talking to there, and we're 3 wide almost, but everybody's giving each other plenty of room.
And nothing like the race we saw last night, right? Where we saw 3 wide for the lead for 3 laps straight. And sometimes we saw 3 wide, 2 roads deep at Nashville, of all places.
You know, they were all over the place down there. These guys here have kind of settled down and have that single file look to it. You got Klaus Williams kind of moving around to find his place through the track, almost 3 wide behind him. Chad Jones, Justin Horton.
Side by side here, we got a great battle. This is all happening behind Barrett Flo. If I'm Barrett in that 92 machine, I'm counting my lucky stars. I got a big battle happening in front of me, a hornet's nest happening behind me. I'm kind of liking where I am right now, just kind of cruising around this place trying to find my rhythm.
Yeah, you kind of have to just find a spot, and he's almost in the perfect spot because everybody's kind of battling around him, so he can kind of take whatever line he wants, because there's going to be somebody in front of him that he can work with maybe, or, you know, maybe get a little push from the back as Hunter Cannon starts to close in on the back of Barrett Flow. Whoa, almost sideways.
He saved it. What a save. It doesn't get much more sideways than that. What a save.
Wow, that could have been bad.
Yes, it could. Yes, absolutely it could have. But you know what?
Okay.
It wasn't. So we're okay.
We're okay. Yeah. Lilith Peters making her way up towards the front, closing that gap on Ryan Kelly. Got around Trevor Dalton pretty quickly. 10 laps in. And she's a quarter second back.
Yeah, like we said earlier, it's just very strong. It seems like everywhere we go. And it's not limited to SCL competition. It was only a matter of time before that 101 machine made its way back up front. They're so used to it, but that 13 Dynaco is holding strong up here. Clean air is so important at a track like this, especially with this generation of NASCAR vehicle where dirty air is just wreaking havoc on cars trying to turn through the center of the corner, and you have to be able to keep the clean air as long as you can, and then when you have it, drive defensively, anticipate the line of the driver behind you so that you can tighten them up in the center of the corner, and you can get those better launches off of turns 4 and turns 2 respectively.
Yeah, you can kind of see how once Lilith got towards the back of Kelly there, her car almost seemed to get a little bit unstable as it was trying to make some of these corners, but seems like about a half second to thereabouts seems to be about the right distance, and she's back under control here.
Ooh, a little high there off the corner. As that 30 genuine draft machine we're very used to seeing up front. Maybe you're going to try to take the fight to Peters here. 1 second place. That 50 machine, that Dark Horse Racing machine as well, having a strong run here in the Summer Series.
Yeah, it looks like we're got Lilith Peters, Matt Schlossler, Stephen Johnson, Michael Matta, the top 4 currently in the point standings, but that will all change once they get through the 5th week as they start counting drop weeks.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just so the point system's so fluid right now, because for SCL competition, I believe they have like 4 drop weeks or something in the summertime. Really, the point system is wide open because it's just there's you never really know where you stand in the point standings, because these drivers are going to take advantage of drop weeks.
Oh, definitely. We see it in several of our leagues that have that. You really never know who the champion is until, I mean, even like a day after the final race, because you have those drop weeks, and if they don't improve their position, or, you know, something happens, it's just, it can change really quick.
Mm-hmm.
Like Hunter,
got a big bet. Yeah, go ahead, Mike.
I'm gonna say it looked like Hunter Cannon was starting to close in the back of Chad Jones here after getting a little bit loose. He made his way around Barrett Flo and Justin Horton there.
Yeah, that 75 machine's just kind of struggling here as trying to get into the corner. You kind of tell he's bogging the probably next 3 drivers or so down behind him, but doing a great job racing defensively. The further back through the field you drop, the harder the car will be to handle. So it might not seem much, but every position matters here at a track like this, and these drivers understand that fully, especially as the run wears on.
Yeah, we've seen it. I mean, we're 16 laps in here. We've already seen guys get that back end just a little bit loose because they got maybe a little too quick on the loud pedal there, but seems like they've kind of settled it down, maybe backed off just a little bit, as it looked like that 75 might have just barely clipped that wall.
No worse for the wear, it seems. These drivers continue to battle. A lot of great racing all the way around this racetrack right now, and it's because you can't really run away in this series of NASCAR vehicles, as the 53 now washes up the racetrack. Big time wash all the way up. Got to rein that car in before you collect the outside wall. What a save!
Wow, Hunter Cannon just got way loose again. See if we can see that here. Not really. Really a good pair. Not really a view worth looking at anyway, but that was a heck of a save there. Everybody kind of split around, and we're still green.
I think they took the talk to during the week to heart, and these drivers are doing an excellent job right now, racing around one another and being respectful.
Yeah, they definitely look like they've had some practice and put forth the effort to get better this week and put on a heck of a race, and that's exactly what they're doing. They're all over this track, side by side, almost 3 wide, and it looks like we're gonna have a couple guys maybe hit pit lane. Like the 30 slowing down. That 30 going down pit lane.
Didn't have the opportunity to get fuel runs here in this event. I just feel like this is a little, well, it's 100 laps. I feel like this is a little early to go down pit road.
Yeah, I would say that it would about have to be. I mean, you're probably wanting to get closer to that 30, 33 lap range, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you have 3 sets laying in the pits, so.
Yeah, I mean, unless if he feels like he can stretch it, you know? I mean, it would be a short pit situation, but yeah, you're absolutely right. You want to try to at least get to 33, 34 so that you feel decent on fuel.
Yeah, because you don't want to be pitting towards the end of the race and not have those fresh tires either.
Oh, no. Absolutely not. No way.
And so that dropped him all the way back to the end, and he is a lap down. Oh, they're wrecking. What happened?
First wreck of the contest.
Oh.
Ooh. That's the 50 of, correct me if I'm wrong,
Teed.
but yeah, Charles Teed in that Dark Horse Racing Machine. That 50 machine, he was up front. I mean, we just talked about him not too long ago. He was up within the top 5, must have been dropping through the field as you see him racing. I believe that's Adam Lowe to his inside.
Yeah,
so
it looks like it. Let's see what happens here. Like he's just barely drifting off the wall. Like not a ton, but just enough to get sucked in. And Adam really has nowhere to go there.
yeah, you absolutely, you just really hate that. You don't want to be put in that position, but just if you're at him low, you're kind of you're acknowledging like, hey man, you never got clear coming out of that corner. There's not a single time you heard clear in your ear. So I mean, he was there.
Yeah, he definitely was. So we'll see if everybody. I mean, everybody's gonna come down pit lane, and I don't know why you wouldn't.
Well, perhaps a 30 machine might not. He probably is going to get a wave around here. Yeah.
But he just finished his pit stop, so.
Yeah.
Oh. He's not going to get a wave around.
Oh, the 400 machine sporting a new paint, throwing us for a loop, but will not get a wave around. Yes, you're absolutely right. For our new viewers out there who might be unfamiliar with some of these rules, if you are a car who's a lap down, and there's a caution flag, and everybody on the lead lap pits, if you don't get the lucky dog, which he very well might have, Mike, we have to double check that. But if you're not in the position to get a lucky dog and every single lead lap car pits, you decide not to pit, you have the chance to get what is called a wave around, which means you complete a lap under yellow while everybody's down pit road. You cycle ahead of the leaders, so you get your lap back. Of course, the gamble is that you didn't pit, which means you're hoping for a quick yellow. Look at the 400 going down pit road right now. A little bit out of spite, I guess. I don't know. Maybe wanted to lead a lap, perhaps. They are running old Winston Cup points, so that does count.
Yeah, he might be doing that. Maybe he wanted to get that one extra lap of fuel too.
Yeah, perhaps.
So cycle everybody through, and Ryan Kelly's back up front.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Like, Lilith Peters was a couple seconds slower than Justin Lewis. Justin Lewis was, pit lane time was 49.28. Lilith Peters was 51.32, so that finds her back in fourth.
Huh. Perhaps getting some damage repaired. We don't quite know.
This should be getting ready to turn those lights off on that pace car. I believe everybody's made their pit stops here. The 04 of Klaus, I'm going to say Klaus Williams, looks like he retired, but he didn't. He's still rolling his way around the track a couple laps down.
And you never know, right? It's a 100-lap event. There's a very good chance that chaos could ensue, given what has happened in the last few weeks. Now, that's not necessarily a given based off of what we've seen tonight. But I appreciate the effort, right? You're getting stuck a couple laps down early, maybe didn't make the start of the race, started on pit road, or something bad happened. But I appreciate any driver who says, you know what, I'm going to stick this thing out, hope for a lucky break. That's good sportsmanship right there in my mind, because Klaus is a fast driver. We've seen that 04 muscle his way up front multiple times, so definitely still a chance as long as this race doesn't, go green from here to the end.
Yeah, definitely. And Trevor Dalton did get that lucky dog, so he is on the lead lap. Ford is the 30th car now. But the 13 of Ryan Kelly, that Dynaco blue car, is going to take the field to the green flag here. They're getting stacked up a little bit here. Hit that restart zone, and he is down and away. I don't know that Ryan Kelly got quite the jump he had last time, but like Justin Lewis is staying with him fairly well. Eric Schoss, Lilith Peters, Mike Peters, and down to his inside, Maxwell Caldwell makes his way down there. Adam Lowe was looking to the inside as well. We're still too wide here, working through turn 3 and 4. Like Lilith Peters is starting to go a little bit backwards there, as Maxwell Caldwell is trying to make his way to the inside, just runs out of room and has to back up just a little bit, but his back bumper is full of Mike Peters working on the high side here. They drive down low into the corner. Oh, here we go. Peters up high. Caldwell down to the inside, puts his car right on that white line and will not let it go. And he is going to get past Lilith Peters there. Lilith tried to battle back on the high side, checked the wall just a little bit, slowed her down, and now Mike Peters is starting to close in, goes down to the inside. Might be able to get to that rear bumper of the 101. Adam Lowe sitting back there just licking his chops, it looks like, waiting for somebody to make that mistake. Oh, here we go down that backstretch. Adam Lowe trying to close in. You got the 777 of Caffrey. Craig Forsyth just behind him. Michael Matta up on that high line. Everybody tries to get in line as they make their way down that front stretch and then dive down to the inside, kind of spread out just a little bit, coming through 1 and 2. See who can get the better line as they make their way off the corner. Barrett Flo, a guy to watch. He usually hangs out kind of towards the back, but he always moves forward as they go through the race. 53 Ford of Craig Forsyth looking to the inside of Michael Caffrey there. Just didn't quite have enough speed to make it. And he falls off just a little bit, and looks like Michael Matta might try and work his way up the inside of Forsyth there. Back and see if we see anything else happening back here. Bruno Latour, one of the rookies here. Looks like the 64 of Justin Horton just dive bombed into the corner, was able to make it stick as the 50 of Charles Teed just backs out of it and allows all these drivers to just make the pass here. Involved in that early incident, elected to kind of slow her down a bit and stay out of trouble. Michael Matta down to the inside, going to try to pass Forsyth with Barrett Flo all over his back bumper. Chad Jones, 75, looking just out back. And here they go down that front stretch again, almost 3 wide. Barrett Flo was thinking about going middle, but elected to back off just a bit. Matta and Forsyth side by side through 1 and 2. Forsyth on the high side, Matta down low, and looks like Barrett Flo might be thinking make it 3 wide as he was diving down to the inside. He's got, if he has that run, he can make it stick. Still side by side, Matta and Forsyth. Matta finally clears, slides up in front. Looks like Forsyth was going to try and cross him over, but thought better of it and just falls in line. Got any more action-packed racing going on here. Jonathan Casebear and Isaac Love. Isaac Love down to the inside, going to try and pass Casebear, and he will be right side by side. You have the 63 of AJ Hobson backing out and allowing Glossler and Merkel to get by. And we are under caution. Looks like Matt Metler can see here from the chopper. We got Matt Metler down on the inside. Charles T turns down. Matt slides up. They hip check each other. Let's see how this finishes off here as the 04 of Klaus Williams. Oh, man. Klaus just texted him a couple times there. See it again. Here they come. They check. They bounce off of each other. Looks like they're going to be fine. And then all of a sudden, it's almost like Matt stopped almost. See if we can look here from cockpit view here. Sliding, sliding, sliding. So we are through 38 laps here. And while we are doing that, we're going to step aside for a quick commercial break, and I will be back with you momentarily. Once again, this is the SLC Winston Cup Series on Sim Racing Media. All right, welcome back, everybody, to the SCL Winston Cup Series live from Twin Ring, Motegi. I am Mike Demoni up in the booth, and these guys are working lap 41, all stacked up, ready to go, lights out on the pace car, and we will be going green this time by. Ryan Kelly has led every lap. Justin Lewis is looking to try and get back to the front. So Ryan Kelly in that Dynaco Blue 13 machine is going to see if he can get that jump he got the last two restarts. Had lane choice, picked the bottom, and once this pace car turns off, he will lead the field to that restart zone. Pace car making his way in. Restart zone, and Ryan Kelly is down and away. Got a pretty good jump that time. Justin Lewis off a little bit slow. Maxwell Caldwell down to the inside is going to try and test his luck for a second here. And he will get by Justin Lewis all over his back bumper, though, not letting him get too far out of sight. You can barely stick a piece of paper between them as Caldwell starts to pull away just a little bit. Eric Schloss back there in fourth, Adam Lowe in fifth, and we are under caution once again. So 3-4 wide here. Whoa, what in the world? Wow. All right, let's so everybody looks like they're doing fairly well. The 05 kind of slides up in front of Isaac there. Isaac tries to get back online. The 64 slides in, and then all of a sudden, netcode sends him up into the wall, and he is going for a ride. Just crazy. So here we go, getting stacked back up again. Looked like everybody was racing pretty well there. They went 3, almost 4 wide, but nobody really touched. They gave each other plenty of room, and all of a sudden, the 62 disappeared. So the 62 and the 73 are on pit lane trying to get as much damage repaired as they can. Looks like the 77 of Joshua Yarborough is there as well. So Ryan Kelly is up front still. Maxwell Caldwell in second, Justin Lewis back in third, Eric Schloss in fourth, Adam Lowe in fifth. So let's let's see what we can do here as they get stacked back up momentarily. About halfway through the race when we get to go back green. We will lights are out on the pace car. They are stacked up, ready to go. We'll see if they're going to be able to make it through. So once again, Ryan Kelly is going to lead them to green as a new challenger to his outside, Maxwell Caldwell. See how these guys look once they get all stacked up. Justin Lewis is row 2. Row 3 is Adam Lowe and Mike Peters. Row 4, Michael Caffrey and Barrett Flo. Pace car is in. Ryan Kelly leads them to the restart zone, and he is down and away. Kind of stacked up just a little bit on that outside row as Maxwell Caldwell did not get going. The 60 of Eric Schloss is all over the back of him. Maxwell Caldwell trying to work the high side. Justin Lewis down low, and he is taken back second place. Eric Schloss looking to do the same thing to Maxwell Caldwell, but Caldwell gets back in line. And don't look now, but Adam Lowe and Barrett Flo are both moving towards the front here. Like Barrett Flo stuck up high. Mike Peters trying to close the gap on him as he also has Craig Forsyth just behind him. Go back, Hunter Cannon and Michael Matta battling out a little bit. They're side by side towards the back of the field here. Chad Jones, Todd Markle, Justin Horton. Lilith Peters is faded back quite a ways here. We'll see if that's by design or if they're going to be able to make up some stuff. Chad Jones up on the almost to the wall there as he has it gathered back under control. But he will fade back and try and get the car under control. Got Charles Teed and Ronnie Hurst racing side by side towards the back. Chris Vanderplatz and Matt Metler. Joshua Yarborough making the pass on Metler. Charles Teed just in front of Ronnie Hurst. Ryan Kelly, Justin Lewis battling up front once again. Looks like Maxwell Caldwell maybe used up his tires a little bit there. We are halfway through the race, completing lap 50 of 100. Eric Sloss back there in fourth, Adam Lowe fifth, Barrett Flo sixth. And it looks like yellow flag has come out, like Michael Caffrey. Whoa. Let's see what we can see here. 777. Driving down to the back of the 7. The 05 dives down in and just rams right into the back bumper of the 777 there. Nothing he could really do to avoid that. It looks like everybody, I would say everybody, but not everybody. Ryan Kelly looks like he's going to stay out. Justin Lewis, Mike Peters, Hunter Hannon, Michael Matta. Lilith Peters stays out, gets up to 6th position there. It looks like we have Eric Sloss, Barrett Flo, Craig Forsyth, Adam Lowe, Maxwell Caldwell, AJ Hobson, Bruno Latour, and Joshua Yarborough all hitting pit lane there. So we will get stacked up once again here. So that 13 Dynaco Blue Chevy of Ryan Kelly has led almost every lap of the race, except for a couple under caution. Looks like we're gonna start to get stacked back up here. Be 2 to go this time, so make a couple more laps around and get this field stacked and ready to go once again. So here we go, on board with Ryan Kelly. Getting that iRacing pace car. Jump back here to Mike Peters. So here they go, get stacked up 1 to green. 44 laps left once they get turned back loose once again. See if we can maybe take a ride inside with Ryan Kelly here on this restart. Make their way down that backstretch. We'll see that pace car make that hard left-hand turn, and we'll get set to go momentarily. Pace car is in, and we hit that restart zone. He gets about little ways through there and then turns it loose. He gets that quarter-second gap over Justin Lewis. Mike Peters gets up to third side by side with Hunter Cannon, almost touching. And it looks like Michael Matta might be trying to force it 3 wide down on the inside, and he does. Matta, Peters, and Cannon 3 wide. And it looks like Lilith Peters is up there too. Looks like everybody thought better of it, checked up just a little bit. And now we are back to single file up front. We still got Horton and Merkel almost side by side. The 18 of Austin Call. Charles Teed and Chad Jones were side by side a little bit. And Trevor Dalton started up front and is now about halfway through the field, currently sitting P12. Charles Teed in between them, almost 3 wide, as the 30 of Trevor Dalton gets a little loose there. Last pit on lap 43, so has a little bit older tires than a couple guys, but these guys up front have not pitted for tires. They last pitted on lap 24. So they definitely will have enough tires to last to the end of this race. Lilith Peters pitted on lap 38 and has now found herself back inside the top 5, currently sitting P4. Hunter Cannon back to 5th. Justin Horton up to 6th there. Side by side, all around they go. Eric Sloss, Matt Metler, Barrett Flo, all kind of hanging out back here. Just in front of them, Vanderplatz, Case Bear, and Forsyth all battling. Case Bear down to the inside. Forsyth stuck in between. Vanderplatz up high, and Forsyth just got squeezed on out of there as he is checked up and kind of checked out a little bit. But we stay green. And here we go. Checking in on the YouTube chat. Haven't had a chance to do that. Few people in there cheering for Vanderplatz. Craig Forsyth back there a little ways. Flanagan and Adam Lowe side by side, 3 wide almost behind them, with Yarborough, Metler, and Bruno Latour. The 04 there of Klaus Williams started to make his way up high and just lost the track there. Let's see if we can get a better look at Matta's car here. Jump on the nose here, on the roof cam. Take a look at that as they're working their way down that backstretch. The 18 of Austin Call. Trying to close that gap just a little bit. Mike Peters was able to get by Justin Lewis and is now in second place. Lilith Peters down to Lewis's inside, and Peters takes the spot and is now up inside the top 3, up 2 positions from where that 101 started. Biggest mover of the race, though, is that 18 of Austin Call. Didn't have the qualifying effort he wanted, but is now up 21 positions inside the top 10, sitting P7 right now. Everybody's kind of settled down just a little bit. Looks like Caldwell is moving around. Trevor Dalton also trying to use as much track as possible here. Chad Jones sitting just behind Markle and Matta as they battle side by side. Looks like Markle might have the line, and he does. And the 75 of Chad Jones was going to try and stay with him, but just checked up a little bit as the 2 did not have enough to go through as fast as he was headed. Charles Teed also down on that inside lane, kind of floating around here. Involved in that little incident earlier, side by side with Barrett Flo, almost touch and they go through the corner. They off of each other and off the wall there. See who else is battling back here. Vanderplatz and Slosh. Forsyth. Caffrey. Adam Lowe. We got Isaac Love, Mark Brown completing some laps. We got AJ Hobson, Ronnie Hurst, and Eli Raposa all calling it a night earlier, putting their cars on the hauler. And up front, looks like Lilith Peters fell off the pace a little bit there, or Justin Lewis found a better line as Lewis has taken third from Peters. Justin Horton up 12 spots inside the top 5 right now. Has a little bit of a gap back to Hunter Cannon. Hunter Cannon has had a few close calls with his car being way loose, but he's able to rein it in and make his way inside the top 10, just sitting outside the top 5. P6 for that 782 Toyota. Like everybody else is pretty well spread out. Not too bad there. As Schlosser goes to the high side, Caldwell goes low on Matta, and Matta was kind of almost stuck in the middle as he was getting attacked high and low. Matta gets pushed almost out of the way as Caldwell goes down to that inside. Trevor Dalton goes down low as well. It's going to see if he can follow Caldwell through. Lilith Peters gets back by Justin Lewis. Looks like everybody's just loose there. It's loose coming off the corner. We'll see if Justin Lewis can take advantage as he was working the back bumper pretty well there of that 101 Chevy. Hunter Cannon kind of hanging out here. Chad Jones down to the inside of Todd Merkel. But Merkel was trying to get to Hunter Cannon, just didn't have enough speed to make it up there. Matt Schlossler continues to move towards the front. Last pit on lap 43. I imagine we're going to see some of these guys start to head to pit lane any time now, especially like Kelly and Mike Peters up there. Last bit on lap 24, Justin Lewis as well. As you know, they have plenty of fuel. If they get those fresher Goodyears, they should be good to go. Foster and Caldwell side by side. And just in front of them, you got Hunter Cannon and Chad Jones. Chad Jones made pretty quick work there of Cannon, and now Caldwell is going to try that as well. Down to the inside, going to see if he can make this pass. As it looks like Cannon got a little bit loose coming off of the corner, kind of slides around, gets that car back under control. But the 94 of Maxwell Caldwell sticks it down to the inside, and he's going to make that pass. Barrett Flo looks to the inside of Cannon as well. See if he's going to be able to pass him. Not quite. Nose is just inside of that left rear quarter panel. Now he's side by side, and he will make that pass. Matt Schlossler also down to the inside, gets about half a car on Cannon. Cannon has a little bit better run coming off the corner, and here they go side by side down that backstretch. Schlosser down low, Cannon up high. Schlosser doesn't quite have enough to get by. They're still side by side, but Cannon has to slow down coming through the corner, goes down to the inside, and is going to try and cross him over. Schlosser's clear and gets in front. Cannon down to the inside. He's going to make quick work here. Oh, not quite. Didn't have enough. Had to take his foot out of the throttle before he got loose there. And they are still side by side. Schlosser, Cannon. And just behind them, you got Dalton and Merkel side by side as well. And back up front, Justin Lewis has got around Lilith Peters on that little mistake and has not allowed Peters to get back into that third position. So here we go as these guys start to make their way to that final run towards the green flag. We're going to go ahead and step aside here. You won't miss anything. This is the SCL Winston Cup Series live from Twin Ring, Motegi on Sim Racing Media. We'll be right back. Well, you saw it in the break. And we will bring it back here momentarily. Let's take a look. Looks like Hunter Cannon brought out that caution there. Whoa. Like he just got a little too quick on the gas. Got loose. And that will bring out caution number 3. And that is perfect timing for these drivers up front. We are 21 laps to go. Ryan Kelly has led almost every lap. Mike Peters in second, Lilith Peters in third. Everybody's probably going to come down pit lane right now. And as I say that, looking at the scoring tower here, Adam Lowe elects to stay out. That's going to be a little interesting here. See who... The 73 of Mark Brown stayed out as well. Last pit on lap 42. Adam Lowe stayed out last pit on lap 52. But we know he has enough fuel because we saw him make it a little over 50 laps on that last fuel run. That was a few cautions. So here. So this is going to be a little bit interesting. Adam Lowe is going to have control to restart. Ryan Kelly will not have control of this restart. He had control of every other one. So we'll see how Ryan Kelly adapts and see if he can overcome the run here. It looks like Adam Lowe just elected to stay out to get that track position, because it seems like once you're up front, it's hard to pass. Could be getting stacked up, ready to go this next time. Here they go, getting stacked up. Like Adam Lowe is going to go down to the inside in that 58. Ryan Kelly's going to be starting on the high side. First time we've seen him up there. See how this restart goes momentarily. Like Ryan Kelly needs to get up there even with Adam Lowe. Like everybody's pretty well stacked up throughout the field. Going to be interesting to see how the 30 lap older tires are going to hold out versus everybody else who has fresh tires. Adam Lowe, though, will control the restart. Side by side. See if that number 13 can get a decent run here. As Adam Lowe waits till he gets a little over halfway through the restart zone and is down and away. Gets out to a quarter of a second lead, jumps up to the high side in front of Ryan Kelly. But Kelly is closing in pretty quick. But he also has Mike Peters down to his inside. Peters gets the nose just inside that left rear quarter panel. And can't quite get there. Oh, looks like Adam Lowe gets washed up the track. And we are under caution once again. Oh. Like everybody was checking up there. Back just a little ways here. Here they go. 782 goes up into the 7. Or the 71, I'm sorry. And he spins around. Then the 782 slides up the track and collects 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 cars there. Let's see. Here we go. .101 gets loose on the front stretch. Blocks up the brakes. So here we go once again. Ryan Kelly back out front. Let's see here. Ryan Kelly, Mike Peters, Adam Lowe, Lilith Peters, Justin Lewis are the top 5. We should be getting ready to get stacked back up momentarily as race control looks through and tries to get everybody situated where they need to be. Let's look through. See here. Got 14 laps. Let's can see. So I think we're going to, at this point, go ahead and give out the under pressure washing tough luck award. I think it's gonna have to go to Trevor Dalton. He's had a rough race. He was up front for quite a little bit. Pit strategy kind of put him back in there, and now he was mired with incidents. Gonna finish 24 spots down from where he started. Not the race day he wanted, as he's already put his car on the hauler, completed 85 laps, and just got caught up in that last incident and elected to call it a night. So that is your under pressure washing tough luck award. So Ryan Kelly leads him back to green. Mike Peters on the outside of row 1. Row 2 is Lilith Peters and Adam Lowe. So Ryan Kelly once again will lead them to the green flag as we get set. Pace car will make that left-hand turn. We'll see if Ryan Kelly hits that box and gets going, and he does. He waits a little bit, but he gets out to a quarter-second lead. Mike Peters and Adam Lowe side by side. Lilith Peters tries to hang on to the back bumper of Mike Peters, but not quite able to do it. Adam Lowe down low. Lilith Peters up high. Justin Lewis and Maxwell Caldwell 3 wide, with Lewis being the meat in that sandwich there, but he is able to work his way through and is up to 5th position right now, as they are still side by side. Lowe and Peters, Caldwell and Lewis both side by side. 12 laps to go. Peters trying to get by Adam Lowe to get down to the preferred line, as these guys have kind of figured out that if you race down on that white line, as they're 3 wide, wrecking behind Maxwell Caldwell. Let's take a look here. Adam Lowe. So it looks like Adam gets a little loose there, slows down. The 7 touches, the 94 also. So Adam Lowe got squeezed between the 07 of Justin Lewis and the 94 of Max Caldwell. Matt Schlossler, the 53 of Craig Forsyth also in there. The 2 of Todd Merkel also involved there, as everybody was trying to avoid the carnage on that lap. So it looked like Adam Lowe just got a little bit loose, had to slow her down just a bit, and got kind of stuck between Maxwell Caldwell and Justin Lewis. So here we go. Ross Williams, Chad Jones, Matt Slosser, Joshua Yarborough, Adam Lowe, and Todd Merkel all hit pit lane. Craig Forsyth, Chris Vanderplat's in there as well. So Ryan Kelly will get to lead them to green once again. We'll see if he elects to wait maybe a little bit longer through that restart zone to try and maybe stack up the field just a little bit so he can get an even better run than he has been getting. Mike Peters on the high side. Lilith Peters will be down low. Justin Lewis in fourth, and Austin Call in fifth. So here we go. Gonna be 6 laps to go when we go back to green. We'll see if Ryan Kelly's going to be able to hold off Mike Peters, Lilith Peters, or Justin Lewis. Maxwell Caldwell has been making some pretty gutsy moves. We'll see if one of those are going to pay off to bring home the victory tonight. Austin Call has got to be happy with tonight. Didn't get the qualifying effort he wanted, but he has that 18 Toyota up inside the top 5, up 23 spots. So here they go. 07. Trying to get those tires up to speed. Ryan Kelly does something different. Picks the high side. Not something we've seen out of Kelly recently. Worked their way down that back stretch. Peters on the inside, Kelly on the high side. Six laps to go once we get back to green flag racing. Ryan Kelly leads them in. Pace car makes that hard left-hand turn. Get to the restart zone. And Kelly waits to the end, stacks up that inside line as Mike Peters was anticipating when he would go, and got caught flat-footed as he waited to the end of the line. Justin Lewis up to second. Ryan Kelly is out to a quarter-second lead. And now Mike Peters has Austin Call and Maxwell Caldwell all over his inside. But Peters gets away just a little bit. Barrett Flo down to the inside of Caldwell. We'll see if he's going to be able to push through, and it looks like he gets a little bit loose. Lilith Peters fell back just a little ways on that restart as the 60 of Eric Schloss down to the inside of the 64 of Horton. And here they go side by side. Gets a little bumpy there as they work their way through 1 and 2. But Ryan Kelly has almost a quarter-second lead over Justin Lewis. And Lewis has 3/4 over Mike Peters. Austin Call with a bang-up day, up 24 spots in P4 right now. See if he can get one more before this race is over. 4 laps to go. Ryan Kelly, Justin Lewis, Mike Peters, Austin Call, and Maxwell Caldwell. Barrett Flo hanging out just outside the top 5. Michael Caffrey, that 777, is making moves as well. Justin Horton, see the inside-outside line he has been running. Michael Matta down to the inside, going to pass Sloss here. And he will be... Ooh, that battle's for 10th. And it is heating up pretty close. Maxwell Caldwell just ran the fastest lap of the race of 36.27. As he is all over that back bumper of Austin Call. 3 laps to go. Ryan Kelly out to almost a half-second lead now. Justin Lewis now has to defend from Mike Peters. Peters down to the inside. Gonna give him a little bump there. Has to check up just a little bit as Lewis did not get out of the way. And here they go. Ryan Kelly still pulling away half-second. Lewis and Peters battling out. Austin Call is going to have a bumper full of Caldwell if he keeps up that pace. Austin Call just ran his fastest lap of the race with a 36.36. Behind them, looks like Lilith Peters gets hip checked down to the inside. Is going to try and ride it out down here. As there are 2 laps to go. We'll see if Ryan Kelly can get to the white flag, and he does. White flag, this race is official. We are racing back to checkers. Ryan Kelly, Justin Lewis, Mike Peters, top 3. Austin Call, Maxwell Caldwell round out that top 5. Barrett Flo sitting on the outside looking into the top 5. Justin Horton and Michael Caffrey battling it out for 7th position here. These guys are sliding all over the track. Got K-Spear back here as well. Chad Jones, Yarborough. But up front, it is going to be Ryan Kelly to win the SCL Winston Cup Series here at Twin Ring Motegi. Justin Lewis in second, Michael Peters in third. See if we can get Ryan Kelly up here in the booth into the Sim Racing Media victory lane. Hey Ryan, Mike up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey man, heck of a race. Only didn't lead a couple laps, and that last restart, you stacked them up pretty good after going pretty early in that restart zone. Was that kind of the plan to get yourself a good good lead there?
Yeah, I think the restarts were definitely key. It was very hard to pass tonight, so track position was everything, and yeah, just trying to nail the restarts and build a little lead and stay out front there.
Well, I haven't broadcast this league very often, but it sounded like you only come over here once in a while. But it seems like when you do, you run pretty well. So definitely would look forward to seeing more of you here.
Yeah, I've been running part-time with a busy schedule, but I would definitely like to come over here and race more. A lot of good guys in here, and nice group of guys.
Definitely. Well, anybody you want to thank for the win here tonight?
Yeah, just all the teammates, the admins for putting on the show, and you up in the booth, of course.
Thanks, Ben. I will talk to you later.
Thank you.
Justin Lewis up in the booth here. Hey, Justin, Mike up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, man. Heck of a race. You battled up front most of the race. Seemed like track position was key. Looked like you were able to stay out and kind of stay out of trouble.
Yeah, I mean, this place is just funky. I mean, it's like a flat, really wide version of Darlington. And, you know, if you made a mistake, it was noticeable pretty quickly. But yeah, Ryan was the class of the field. I knew that one run we were kind of on the same strategy for tires, so I tried to hang with him just to see, like, could I do something with him? And I think I could have, but as soon as the tires started to get a little heat, I got a little tight, and then after that I was kind of just starting to make a little minor mistakes. But we hung on old tires for like 50-some laps there, which I was surprised to stay up to fourth. And then luckily we caught that caution with 20 to go, because I was going to be out of fuel with like 3 to go if we didn't get a caution. So that helped a bunch. But yeah, Ryan was hauling the mail.
Yeah, it definitely was. Anybody want to thank for your P2 finish before I let you go?
Yeah, just thank you guys again for making a good broadcast, of course. Definitely can't wait to go back and take a peek at this one. All the guys that do the SCL deal, Adam, Josh, Mike for doing the admin stuff. Those guys do the best they can to kind of keep us in line. This race, I want to give everybody props. They actually kept the race pretty tame compared to most weeks we've had here starting this season. But this is a very fun race. A track that I've only ran this track twice. The last time I raced here was the first season I ran last year in this league. So getting better, figuring it out. It's a weird oval, man. Like you really got to focus on this one for sure.
Definitely. Well, I will let you go. Congrats again on your P2 finish.
Thank you, Ben.
Hey, Mike up in the booth. How's it going, man?
You know, I'm having the best Monday I've had all week. How about you?
Well, it's definitely a Monday. Some of us had a better Monday than others, as I'm the only one up in the booth after Thunderstorm and iRacing Demons took out Zach there. But you ran a heck of a race. You were battling up front. Seemed to have pretty decent speed. What was your view of the race?
You know, Ryan Kelly, I hope he comes and races more often. He's always fast and runs clean. And then Justin's always super fun to race with too. Normally between me and Justin, one of us normally gets killed in some nonsense before lap 10. So I just want to say it was super fun racing with him. And also, this is what SCL is normally like. Big green flag runs, good car count. This was a refreshing change. Hopefully we'll continue this from what we've been seeing earlier this season. So this was a lot of fun. Good side-by-side racing, lots of lines taken. This was awesome.
Yeah, it definitely was. You guys were side by side. There was action almost all over the track. It was fun to call. I mean, gave me a lot to talk about, so I wasn't up here by myself with nothing going on, but you guys definitely put on a show. I think tonight you guys only had like 4 cautions, and they came at pretty opportune times for almost everybody.
Yeah, we were actually joking in one of the chats because me and Ryan were going, and I was like, man, I really want to see this through, but what I don't want to do is turn this into a strategy call where some people have fuel and some don't. And as soon as I said that, there was a caution that came out. Unfortunately, it was at the expense of somebody else, but it was kind of cool to let that race just cycle all the way through. That was a fantastic race. That was fun.
Yeah, it definitely was. Well, anybody you want to thank before I get you out of here and let you go?
Yeah, thanks to any of my buddies that are watching us be a bunch of nerds playing video games. Thanks for watching. I know my dad watches, so at least when he calls me on my 30-minute drive home from the shop to the house, I won't be talking trash about anybody. But no, thanks to I race a pro truck at Houston Motorsports Park. Unfortunately, I won't be out there this weekend. I'll be out there in September. But Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, they do support my program digitally and on the real asphalt. So shout out to them. If you're looking for the best chicken fingers, they do one thing and they do it fantastic. As well as some of the other companies that I get to work with that help out. Skills Driving, if you ever need any safety training for your company, check out skillsdriving.com. They have online classes as well as classes where they'll come to you for your fleets. And then CJE Performance out of Houston, they're helping me get my pro check updated. The truck won a championship in 2014. They've changed the rules since then a lot. So we're over there updating it to get it back in front running form. But no, this Mustang RTR looked real good out here tonight. And thanks you guys for coming out and continuing to broadcast SCL. And most importantly, all the guys that come out here and race. We can have broadcasters, we can have people helping fund the event, we can have people helping admin the event. But if we don't have guys showing up to race, it's all for nothing. So thanks everybody for coming out, and thanks everybody for working with us as we get this season going and kind of clean up some of the small issues. And also a huge shout out. We had a chat with probably about 10 people before this race, and I don't think a single one of them got caught up in a caution. So I just want to give a special shout out to those guys that just paced it just a little bit and got it to the end here. That was a fantastic race. I hope to see more of this on Mondays.
Definitely. Well, I will let you go, Mike, and maybe I'll talk to you next week.
Maybe so. Maybe I'll get crashed out on lap 8. Either way, we'll find out next Monday here on Sim Racing Media.
All right. So that is the race tonight. Go ahead and go through the complete order of finish. Brian Kelly, Justin Lewis, Mike Peters, you all heard them from Sim Racing Media Victory Lane. Then you have Austin Call back in fourth, biggest mover of the night, up 24 spots. Heck of a run there. Maxwell Caldwell up to fifth, Barrett Flo, Michael Caffrey, Justin Horton, Eric Schaus, Lilith Peters round out your top 10. Then you go Matt Slosser, Michael Matta, Joshua Yarborough, Adam Lowe, Chad Jones, Todd Markle, Jonathan Casbier, Bruno Latour, the highest placing rookie here. Charles T. Jeremy Flanagan round out that top 20. Isaac Love, Klaus Williams, Matt Metler, Craig Forsyth, Chris Vander, Trevor Dalton, the hard luck winner, Hunter Cannon, Mark Brown. And then you go back to Ronnie Hurst, Nilay Rapsa. And that is the racing here from Japan. We will see these guys battle it out next week. And if you need something to do tomorrow or Wednesday, they have both their other series running here on Sim Racing Media. So from all of us at Sim Racing Media and all of the drivers and officials there at SCL, wish you good night, and we will see you all next time.